is the favorite show, your favorite show right here on Citi TV. This is the Upside Down Show, and my name is Alto Kwamina.
And I am Premier Dinyame, and in fact tonight we are helping you rearrange your evening, and of course this is what the Upside Down Show is all about, redefining entertainment and lifestyle issues. Today we have an amazing show for you as always, and believe me, you will thank us later. This show is proudly brought to you by Vodafone. The future is exciting. Ready?
Coming up on the Upside Down Show today, we have a conversation with social media imitator and Ghana's Slay King, Da Costa. And later, the man, the artist, and the enigma, One Love the Kobolo, tells us his story right here on the show.
Welcome back to your favorite show right here on Citi TV. The show is Upside Down, the hashtag is Upside Down, and the WhatsApp number is 0550-585832. Let's hear from you. And today is going to be exciting. We're going to be interacting with a social media sensation.
Now, it's very interesting how young people of today are really making good use of social media. You don't really get bored, when you're just alone. There's so much you can entertain yourself with, just by being on social media and looking at what other people are doing. I think that, for the likes of like the EB Forces and now Da Costa, when I saw him, I was like, who is this? How he's able to pick up anything and everything
and make it his.
I don't know where he even gets his materials and stuff from, people. I mean, if you haven't seen this guy we're talking about, just take a look at this.
Will you take care, Willie? A hard Willie? Kanzo, 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 Kanzo.
So as you saw, that's the Costa, and that's the guy we're going to be hanging out with tonight. So let's give a round of applause as he joins us, Da Costa. Why do you need to come in your three-piece rubber and...
But can really be a cool dude, though.
I'm a cool guy.
I can say that. So what's your full name?
Owusu Ansa Asumeni Da Costa.
Wow.
Okay, Owusu Ansa Asumeni Da Costa. Where do you come from?
I'm Kwewu.
Okay, do you know Waja Da Costa?
Yeah, I've heard his name.
Oh, okay. All right. But, so, the things you do, how did you start? What came into your mind? What did you decide to do this?
Okay, so everything just started. I was on social media, like the way things were going on social media, day in, day out. People are coming up with new things to entertain people. So there's this dress of Gloria Safo that was, very good, like air fit. So when I saw, I'm like, yeah, I can do something to this. I can just, and the heels, So when I saw the video, I also came up with my own idea, got my mosquito net, and then came up with the video. And the video went viral. And the feedback I got from Gloria Safo herself was amazing, so encouraging. And the feedbacks I got from the fans also is overwhelming, sorry. So I'm like, wow, that's
how it started.
Yeah.
But how long have you been doing this? Before you came on social media, were you doing something like this?
Yeah, I started with we promote songs for artists for them to promote us as well. So I'll be doing this dancing moves with. I wasn't doing much compared to this one. But this one is doing
This one is doing well.
So for how long have you been doing this?
Almost a year now.
Just a year?
Yeah.
Are you happy with yourself?
I'm happy. Very happy.
So when you see a certain video or a certain picture, then what? How do you gather all the things? How do you know that, okay, so I have to get plastic for this, I have to get
rubber for
like
like a saffron lid, all kinds of things. So how do you do that?
It's all about creativity, and then I usually select my videos at dawn. How much you be at dawn?
Why dawn?
Yeah.
That's where the magic comes in.
Yeah, that is when I'll sit down, look at the video, and just picture the costumes I'll be using for that particular video.
So what goes into the creative process? So like you see the video, you picture, then you start, do you write them down?
I don't write, I keep them here. It depends on the fabric the celebrity or the personality is putting on.
So yours is just plain fashion?
Yeah.
Wow.
So when you're cutting the stuff, when you're putting things together, how do you feel? How do you do? Do you live alone?
I live with my mom and my dad.
So your parents see you do those things?
We do, yeah.
So So I'm thinking that if I probably see Adrian doing something like that, what I'll say is, hey, are you all right? You know? So what do your parents say?
Okay, so initially my mom supports me 100%. It's just that daddy don't support me from day one. But then as time goes on, he's learning to accept me the way I am.
Is it because of the character you picked on? Because it's a female? I've seen a lot of videos like you pick up a female character.
Yeah.
When I started, it was all female. Until I said, I agree.
Of course, I mean, every parent will ask that.
But then I'm at this. I sat mommy down and then I took her through. And then I'm like, into my jam.
So tell us about where you're coming from, home. You know, how are your parents like? When did you? Where did you start school from? Your early childhood life. Tell us about that.
Okay, so I started my basic education at Sylvia Basic School and furthered at Ashama Presby GHS. From there, I head towards St. Dominic Senior High Technical School.
St. Dominic?
Yeah.
Okay, where is that?
Cool,
okay.
Yeah. So from there, I've lived with my mom and my dad.
Oh, you're lying.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 siblings, my elder brother and my kid sister.
So what does your elder brother tell you?
He's also not supportive in a way, but actually my kid sister is the one taking the videos till now.
Oh, really? How old is she?
Yeah, she is 20.
Oh, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay, all right. So you are doing this. For how long are you going to be doing this, or what plans do you have?
So they stop slaying.
Have you heard? So you stop slaying, he'll stop.
No, but does this pay?
Oh, it's paying. You know, the page is fully grown on my Instagram. I'm almost 60,000 followers on Instagram.
Wow.
And I do I advertise products for people, and through that I get something small. But for the work itself, it's not paying for now. And I know definitely it's gonna pay because I'm an actor, I'm a comedian, I'm from movies.
Yeah, so I was just going to come to that. Are you an actor or a comedian, or like what is the end goal?
Okay,
Everything.
Have you featured in a movie?
Yeah, I'm working with Christina Winnie, famous Umaru actress.
Okay.
So we have some few movies coming up and some short skits on YouTube as well.
All right.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I think it's time we can show you guys what Da Costa is all about. Let's take a look at some of his videos, and then trust me, you will laugh out loud. That was really hilarious. Don't forget that this show is powered by Vodafone. The future is indeed exciting. Back to you, Da Costa. You know, you've been with, there's the video about Nikki Simonas. Everybody was talking about it. There was Wendy Shea. How did you feel, hanging out with these people? Do you end up meeting them?
Yeah, I've gotten the opportunity to meet Gloria Safo, Seligali, and few to mention. Like when you meet them, not necessarily meeting them, but you guys might meet during events, awards, and all those things. And they are cool.
So when they meet you, what do they say?
So I'll be like, oh, they are.
Yeah.
Oh, they are cool. They are cool.
And like I was telling you in the background before we started the show, please don't do anything about Freema.
Oh, I'm gonna try that.
Don't try that.
Because
I'm a royal. You don't do that to me. Don't ridicule me. Moving on in like say 2 years time, 3 years time, where are you going to be taking this?
Yeah, I'll take it internationally. I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be all Ghana, but then I want the recognition to start from Ghana. That is why I'm doing that. But it's not for Ghana only. Yeah, they call you.
But if you're just mimicking how people are dressing in a very funny way, don't you think at a point it's going to get boring? Or you plan to maybe add on other stuff and all?
Yeah, that is why I've started with the acting as well. And the comedy as well.
Oh, so you do comedy?
Yeah.
So can you do one for us like this?
I'm not a stand-up comedian.
You are what comedy?
I'm a comic actor.
Oh.
Okay. Montessori for.
I was going to say use us for a skit or two, but I mean,
But it's not a stand-up comedian.
it's
so,
too much pressure.
but let's look at comedy. You know, for a very long time we're used to, people being funny in movies or doing stand-up comedies. But young guys of today are beginning to explore other areas. How do you see comedy in general in Ghana?
You know, comedy as a whole in Ghana, it's the support base itself. It's not much stronger. You know, looking at us, what we do on social media and how we come up with our videos, the support we get from bloggers and the support from some of the public is not strong enough.
What do you want?
We need support us, reposting our work for it to get to, people who maybe probably some of, TV stations lately, they prefer the telenovelas compared to our comedian works. And
because you come and cut huge monies, and we can't afford you.
Yeah. No. But that shouldn't be the case.
Okay.
You should accept us. We are in Ghana. How we telenovelas say,
So,
yeah.
if we want to build a solid industry, a solid comedy industry, what do you think has to be done? If you are looking at yourself, what kind of help would you want beyond bloggers probably reposting? What kind of help do you think that we can give you?
Yeah, I think the act industry should see to it that we all should be a help, we should get the help equally, because when you look at the music industry, the help they get is bigger than the comedians. The help in any way, being
as in funds,
as in fun, as in anything. When they are even coming to, let's say, release an album, for instance, the support they get is amazing. Products and then companies, huge companies outside Ghana come to support. Why? Because they've accepted them here. So it will probably sell off to other countries for people to also come and then help them.
Or could it probably also be that what you are doing is very young and it will take time for people to understand and accept it, and then the help will come?
Yeah, that is when the problem also starts from. You should help me by sharing my work, posting them on your YouTube, but yet you want me to come and pay. You understand? But music, I don't know how they do it. They support them from any angle, and I think that helps them to get those contracts.
That Costa.
Yes.
So if you were to get some materials to create what I'm wearing, what stuff would you gather?
Okay, kinky leaves.
Don't come to me because I'm sure you're going to say some aluminum shit. Please leave me out.
Leaves. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Da Costa. He's a sensation. He's very interesting and amazing to watch on social media. I've seen some of his videos, and this is the gentleman that we are talking to today. I mean, he's sitting down so calmly, like he doesn't know anything. But meet him on Instagram and see the stuff he's made of. This is the Upside Down Show. We'll be right back.
Hello, viewers. I'm feeling very frustrated and bored in Sambulai. I'm very happy. If you don't understand, don't worry, because myself, I don't understand. In this edition, Vodafone Ghana has now made it possible to send money from Vodafone Cash to all network free. We will cross over to our senior reporter for more details.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm standing in front downtown. I'm learning to make up Lokko. I'm not funny at the set. Vodafone, I'm not quite set. Ultimate Senesika to Topia, Emily to Topia, Echo all the network. I will check up there. With Tissi Montezo, Diamond Forken.
Vivian,
Matendo says don't you put charges man on me. Joe, yeah, bro, charges on your wumlo, I don't have on you. I be a road says don't have charges or clang down.
Honey, and you may no me. Instead, I'm a charges, man, or charges I met J. Naka charges say when we know, money cafe any BP. Oh, honey, for that for
For me, I do a lot of online transactions. I just guess here. See, the excitement for me is that I get to save a lot on Vodafone cash.
Please put me down.
I'm so excited. I can now send money to all networks without any charges.
Me ye jediniba. A bribia says me chia me juma ye fokan. Sika me chia se charges no. And do so do. Nansu say dear. Me da Vodafone cash.
Sending money on Vodafone cash to all networks is now free. Send any amount of money as many times as you like to all networks for free. Dial *110 hash now to send money.
Any amount for Masumo. Studio 2. Put him in car. And yeah, Muso Mame.
This is the red news. Apologize.
The future is exciting. Ready?
John play football pa. They say uncle your best man. Where guy edition match with you. Mariam nso apano si shiano a. Yes o hwe ball. Abet ebusie yinama. Ne birthday o. Enso football nti hwe. Football season na baby o. Football mo football. When you go TV decoder, we'll go antenna. And it was me back to subscription. And your 109 Ghana cedis pay. That will go TV Plus. I set it. Go TV. Live it. Love it.
And guys, you're welcome back to the Upside Down Show right here on Citi TV. And trust me, the entertainment is building.
You know.
It's just amazing.
Now, he is the definition of entertainment, you know. He's all kinds of moods. I mean,
he's got a culture to his name, if I should put it.
He lives in his own world, you know, set his own rules, live by them religiously, and he just can't be bothered. Ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this gentleman comes from somewhere, and I'm very, very interested.
From my fireplace.
You know, and I really, all these years, want to really get closer, you know, to ask certain questions, and I'm very, very excited. I'm sure people are excited, but I am super excited because I have a lot of questions I want to ask him, from family to why he does the things he does, to his philosophies of life, to everything, you know,
into his creative stuff. I mean,
ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at the gentleman that we're talking about.
I hear you bumping your gums, that's Kokonsa. Gossiping, that's Kokonsa. Here say you they talk mamata. I ask you to say, why does it matter? If it's unimportant, then why you speaking about me? Because I'm making it, I know you used to doubt me.
The way they kick his kids,
This one is paying you. I'm getting under your skin like someone.
As you all know, we have in the studios with us today the man, the Kobolo, the love, the one and only one Love the Kobolo. Morning, sir.
Is it morning?
It's morning, huh?
Oh, you know, it's morning in your world. It's okay, we accept.
Blame Corona. I sleep all the time.
What are you using these for? Your instruments?
Yeah.
Play small, let me see. Play something.
Oh, okay.
Sing it.
Hey. September born, no go do me April fool. Promoters try use me like some tool. Have a look at the bear, so what they come cool. Dive in the crowd like a swimming pool. Ow. No can do what the Fazi can do, baboon can do. But the panda can't see the baboon bamboo. That's for me, that's what
How are you?
Stressed.
Why?
I'm traveling and I'm afraid of the way the airports are affected now and travel and white people.
Where are you going?
I'm going on a short tour with Mensa in Lausanne, Switzerland, Lyon, France, and Montpellier, France.
And you don't think you are safe enough to move around?
No, they just keep canceling things because, you know, Corona started going up again in Europe. So we were supposed to do 6 gigs, but 3 got cancelled because we're all in Hungary and the president just closed the borders again. So, and now one of the venues, now in Switzerland, they are beginning to close clubs. But luckily our performance is in a cinema. It's because we are showing a film we did as well as performing. So
wow.
You do a lot of international tours.
Yes, yes.
But why don't you stay in Ghana?
If it paid well, we would also be here touring, but
so it doesn't pay well.
Yeah, it's more investment here because in Europe they treat your work more like art. Here it's more like a commodity, like it's more like a product. So here you need 10 times the capital to do PR. But there is like you get, when they play you and when you show up to places, you get paid for that, you know. So here is like, your music is just like maybe some paint or some frying pan or some air conditioning company.
But there is a finished thing.
Yeah, there they know like this is art, so you get support. Yeah, more.
All right, so I mean, One Love the Kobolo. I mean, when I was doing my research, that's when I realized that you actually have like other names. I wasn't even bothered. So, for newbies like me, who is One Love?
One Love is an experiment. Or Emmanuel Osubonsu, my government's name, is an experiment that was created by Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah decided at some point in time to send Ghanaian students to the eastern part of the world, the Eastern Bloc, to study things that will build the country, like petrochemical engineering, you know, science, veterinarian, just different stuff, so that we will be the ones to drill our own oil and make the soap from the beginning to the end, the whole chain.
The whole process.
What country specifically?
Romania.
Okay.
And the town in which this university my father studied at is called Ploiești.
Okay.
It's one of the first cities in the world to have traffic lights and to drill oil. They were very like industrially advanced.
So that's where your parents met?
They met at a party in Bucharest, but he was in school in Ploiești, and my mom also lived in Ploiești. But they met at some university party in Bucharest, where they had sex.
Obviously,
I just want people to know I wasn't like created, like
you're not like Christ.
No, I wasn't. I'm not like a clone.
Okay, so
people actually sweated
to form you
and exchange fluids.
So were you born in Romania or in Ghana?
I was born in Romania, unfortunately. I say unfortunately because in Romania, when you are born, they don't use a hot towel to shape your head. They just leave you on your back.
Okay.
So the back of my head is
very
flat. Yeah.
Is that why you have dreadlocks?
To hide it. Yeah.
Jinx.
The back of my head is like, remember the mayor, Michael Mensah Bonsu?
Jesus.
He's my uncle, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah,
so your head is like that?
Like him.
Yeah, the back.
So was your sister also born in Romania?
No,
Debbie?
Legon. Legon University. No, Legon Hospital.
Bro.
Across the road.
Oh, okay. So how many years ago were you born?
40 years ago.
Oh, you're 40.
Yeah,
I just turned 40.
Just a few days ago.
Oh, then we should be singing happy birthday to
No,
you.
please.
And
no.
you know,
you don't believe in those things?
Maybe you can sing the Stevie Wonder one, but not the white people's one. It sounds like a mortuary song.
But can you do one for us?
Which one?
People? A happy birthday song for us.
I think Shatta has made one. Don't you know?
Which one?
Happy birthday.
Oh, my darling, the Melissa one.
Melissa.
Yeah, but he says happy birthday in it.
Yeah, so it's
But
enough,
even
right?
Stevie Wonder's one, he was singing happy birthday to some activist. I think Martin Luther King. I think that song, Happy Birthday. You're singing to Martin Luther King.
So where did you go to school? I mean, your whole education.
Well, I started in the bush. So I was learning about insects, you know, like grass. So
At where?
Legon, little Legon. We lived on campus.
So at what age did you come to Ghana?
1.5.
Okay.
Wow.
So in the bush, then from the bush, I went to Tiny Tots. As I think it's opposite the Latter-day Saints Church or something. And then from there, I went to Northridge, Lyceum. And then I tried to go to Christ the King, but not my bone. Like I couldn't do the quantitative, qualitative thing. I did the opposite of all the questions. So, but Northridge took me. And then at class 5, I was migrated to Christ the King.
Okay. You were ready at that time?
Something like that. And then after I went to a disc school, and then I did a bit of university in Texas and dropped out.
No. Why did you drop out?
Because the school did not give social security numbers, so I couldn't work. And it started getting hard for my father to pay my fees. And then I got in some trouble with...
What trouble?
A high-speed chase in Texas on a motorcycle. I was riding a motorcycle and I was chased for 5 minutes by the sheriffs and stuff.
But why didn't you stop?
I was used to running from them.
Are you a trouble child?
No, it was just a small mistake. We had a biking club and we used to gather around on the countryside. And when police come, we all just scatter and go. And they don't follow you. They just come to spoil the thing. But this was just me alone in town. And I did the illegal U-turn on double yellow line. And the police started following me to give me a ticket. But because of the normal scatter thing, I just automatically started running.
Right, that's all.
Yeah, and then one helicopter, two motorbikes.
You're in the news?
I was in the news, no. The place, that town was small. Temple, Texas, small town. So it didn't get to the news stage. I think after 25, 30 minutes chase, the news helicopters come. So by 5 minutes, I was in a police car.
That looked like a movie.
Yeah. It felt like one. Yeah.
But you know you're a very nice guy, handsome guy.
I'm pretending to be handsome and to be nice.
Really? I want to learn that skill.
I'll show you. But I don't like it. You're already doing well.
With what?
You look handsome and nice.
Handsome?
No, handsome works both ways.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I see. But why do you dress the way you do? Because when I see you, I remember the book of my Bible story. You look like a character from the Bible, you know, from Christ's era. And I think maybe they were dressing like this. Why do you do this? Nice guy. Why?
Yeah, maybe I don't know, but maybe I'm a man of God, you know.
How?
That's why maybe I dress like them.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you feel like a man of God?
Yeah, I do.
What makes you feel so?
I feel like people don't like me for what I have. They like me for who I am. And I think that's what it's about. Like in earlier times, people will receive prophets in their homes and stuff. And it would be more about a spiritual connection than some financial expectations. Now I feel like a lot of interaction with men of God are financial. A lot of transactions take place. Even before you can meet someone, you have to pay something.
Well, and you don't wear shoes.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
You actually plan on wearing shoes?
No, I'm planning on wearing even less shoes. I'm joking.
So are there times or are there occasions that you wear shoes?
There's a certain kind of terrain for basketball courts. It's like a plastic mesh. On those courts, they're mostly in Romania. I wear shoes to play there because it's almost like a cheese grater. It's not too rough, but it's after 1 hour, it will really chew at your feet. If I want to get used to playing on that, I need to hurt myself for 1 week, like play on it for 1 week, and my feet will adapt to that level. But I don't play that much, so it's better I wear shoes when I play.
So you go everywhere barefoot?
Yes, I do.
So when you're traveling, you go like this?
Yeah.
And how do they receive you at the airport?
Well, so far, I mean, only about 5 times in maybe 10 years that some people working at the airport totally panicked and were trying to get me out of the airport.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, people don't even look at me twice.
And how did you convince them?
I didn't convince
Because I would be very worried to be on a flight with somebody like you.
But what you're saying now is spreading fear and your viewers. And they'll be like,
if I don't know you, if I don't know that, okay, so this is an artist, this is his brand, I'd probably go like, who is this? And why is he dressed? Like, why hasn't he got shoes on?
Why is he on the flight? How did he buy a ticket?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So how did you convince those people?
I mean, it's just my right. So I guess they had to put up with it. There's people who complain, but they find out that no rules are being broken. So
where does this whole idea come from? Like, where did it start? When did it start?
Man, I mean, I used to wrap towel around my waist a lot in a disco.
Okay.
Like before bathing, you just be hanging out in your towel. So I got used to that, like just wrapping something there. And barefoot, I've always loved being barefoot. But at a point in my adolescence and teen years, I became addicted to shoes. So I was like I had 100 pair of shoes at a time, at a point in time. And then I just decided to stop having things. Like I was sitting in my room in Texas and I was saying, if an earthquake happens right now, what will I take out of this room? And those particular things, I put them all in the middle of my room, and everything else I threw away or gave away to people.
Wow, so that's how it started?
Yeah, I just like shared material stuff that I felt like it won't help me. And then I just had one pair of ahenema. But when I moved to Ghana, it was hard to walk around for long in them.
Yeah.
They start like, you get hurt.
Yeah, the cuts and stuff like that.
I just stopped wearing them altogether.
And it's more comfortable walking barefoot?
Yeah, super. And now, any city or place in the world I think of, I also remember how the ground feels. So it's an extra memory. So if I wear shoes, I'll be closing the eyes of my legs.
So music, at what point did it start for you? Did you always think you were going to be a musician?
No idea about that.
So when you were at disco, what profession were you thinking of growing up to take?
Pilot or computer scientist, something like that.
Okay, so when did you have a change of mind that I want to do music?
I started rapping in a disco for fun, and then when I was in Texas as a hobby, I would go to check out some open mics. I hung out with some friends that were rappers, and once I went to visit some friends in LA, and I got an interview for some reason. Somebody hooked me up with an interview, and then I got paid to do the show. And I started it just came together. I'm like, I'm enjoying this and I'm getting paid and I'm finding out how to do it professionally. And so then I just fully went into that.
Which year was this?
2004.
Okay.
So at which point did Mensa come into the scene? Because I know you guys have like a boy band, if I should call it.
Yeah, boy band is cool. Mensa, 97, he came to Form 1, I was in Form 3.
Okay.
And I found out he raps. So I went to check out his skills and stuff. And we chatted about our favorite rappers and so on. And when I found out we liked almost the same people and liked the same kind of stuff, I would go to his classroom almost every day, different teachers, and lie to them that Mensa is wanted by another teacher to be punished. And because of the colonial, like the colonial system of education, which we still pursue, is more interested in discipline and fear than in imparting knowledge.
Yeah.
It's more about respect, fear. So the teacher's coming, hey.
Yeah.
But you don't have the same fear to know something or to learn something. And you shouldn't have fear to study anyway. So the teachers will always be happy, oh, that's good, take him. They were always ready to have a student go and weed and go and do something instead of study, Maybe, I'm not most, but a lot of them. So that's how we started rapping and hanging out together. 10 years later, he made Kokonsa for me. He produced Kokonsa. And 10 years later, we formed FOKM Boys.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And where do you see yourselves, in the next 5 years?
Anything of permanence is really a space where artists can come and stay, record, shoot, paint, whatever. And that may be, somewhere in the hills of Ebri or in the mountains of Kwewu somewhere. But I'm afraid of
what?
Of the water, the ocean level. So I want to be on something high.
Okay, so you don't want to be by the beach?
No, I feel like in 5 to 10 years, like Accra will be like Keta.
The sea will eat
because the ice is
country
melting in the Arctic and Antarctic. And
so you want to go to Ebri?
Yeah, because maybe one day Ebri will be an island. It's quite possible.
Yeah, very.
Are you very spiritual?
I'm in tune. I guess it's probably the same thing. But
With nature or with what? With God?
Nature.
Nature? What about nature do you love? What about nature do you take inspiration from?
Alansa.
What?
What?
Alansa.
What's
the
that?
fruit?
Yeah.
The star, passion, whatever fruit?
Yeah.
You take inspiration from that?
Yeah.
Explain.
It's my favorite thing to eat in my life. Like when I eat it, I have more reason to live.
No, but you haven't done any song about Alansa yet.
But it's in a lot of my raps. The word it's there. But I haven't done like one song because the fruit is bigger than just me. I'll probably need
When you eat it, how do you feel? What happens to you?
Oh man, I can't unless I lend you my body to use and eat with this. I can't explain. It's really. I guess everybody has that one thing that when it enters their mouth. I don't know what yours is.
Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing?
No, I'm just saying because it's happiness. Happiness. Oh, yeah.
Interesting. I like that. Wow.
We have new addictive series for you on DSTV.
A country invaded, another surrendered. What will America do?
So much has changed.
No, you've changed.
Love a good British drama. World on Fire's intimate portrayal of the effects of wartime on ordinary people may be your next favorite thing to watch. Or catch Stargirl, a stellar series around a teenage superhero who is a shining beacon in the darkest of times. True crime fans, you'll be fascinated by this brilliant federal agent as she dives into the dark criminal underworld. And join some of Power's most controversial characters in this spin-off. Series definitely worth checking out on DSTV.
You're not religious, but you're in tune.
I feel so. I feel being spiritual, we make it so intangible. Like, I think being spiritual is observing your fellow beings, fellow creatures, and seeing who needs what, you know, and looking around your environment, the trees, everything, and seeing what needs what, you know, to survive, to be fine, so that it can also take care of you, or they can also take care of you. It's a selfish thing, but it's bigger than, it's like an encompassed selfishness. For me to be well, I have to make sure you are well, everybody here is well, you know? So you are really caring for yourself by caring for everybody, because if somebody is not well, you don't know what that will make them do and how it's going to affect you later. And I feel that's what spirituality is knowing the thread that is connecting everything and making sure that thread is not torn.
And so this is what you have known since childhood. I mean, your parents were
Did they take you to Sunday school?
No, I was born and baptized in a Greek Orthodox church in Romania. So I'm baptized Greek Orthodox. Then I took communion in Christ the King as a Catholic. And then I went for my first confession when I was about 10, 9, I don't know.
The music you do is quite different, you know, from
Yeah.
the normal ones that we are used to. Has this had any impact? Your being in tune with nature had any impact in the kind of music you do?
Yeah, I feel like I am more grounded, and so being more grounded, and the way it comes out in my music is immediately somebody who's from Ghana or West Africa hears something I do. If the eyes are closed, they'll say this is from Ghana, you know, and it also makes me not follow a formula or what's going on, like what's hot, you know. And I feel that's how my spirit, it keeps me grounded. So I create what I feel like creating than following
the
trends and stuff.
Okay, so let's talk about creating what you create. So your music. All right, so you have solo, should I call them albums or records? Red card, yellow card, green card. There's no black yet, but hopefully there will be black, or there's black.
There's going to be black, there's going to be blue, pink, purple, and white. Those are on my hard drive, 5 colors.
What do they mean?
Each one, so Black Card is a Romanian album. All the lyrics are in Romanian. And I link it to the Black Sea. The sea next to Romania is called the Black Sea. And Black Card is like, in Romania, I'm seen as a black person, so I'm playing the Black Card. So it's like, I'm speaking Romanian, but I'm the black person, so I may get the show instead of the next Romanian person who is a white person, because people want to see the black person singing in Romania. So I'm playing the Black Card.
Oh, so that's the same idea for the red card, the yellow card, and the green
red card is like, red card I just released a few months ago, which is like a protest song to corruption and to today, like what we're going through as a nation or as a people on this part of the world. That's what red card is about.
What are we going through?
A lot of corruption, mainly, you know, wickedness, women abuse, oppression, you know. So these are things that I address. Yeah, and on red card, religion's taking advantage of people. So yeah, and then yellow card was about soccer. Green card was about my experiences as an immigrant in America.
Yeah.
Brown card is about the experience as a Roma, a gypsy person. And when you say brown card in West Africa, it's a card you need to have on your vehicle to be able to drive across the ECOWAS states. It's a brown card. You stick it on your window. So brown card represents the earth, this West African travel, and also the Roma people, which are known as brown people. And so I made music combining West African music with Eastern European Balkan music. So when you listen to brown card, you hear gypsy and high life mixed together.
What do you think of our political system in Ghana? We are going to elections too.
Yeah, I'm worried, you know. It just seems to be getting more and more like aggressive. Like, I don't remember people, you know, getting hit over the head and people shooting guns and stuff. The last elections, like on this level, you know, people being acid pouring on them and all these kind of things going on. It makes me worry. And it's, again, it's back to this spiritual poverty. It's people just think they need some amount of money to be fulfilled in life. And that's because that's what's being shown to them on the screens. And where religions came into play, where religions were supposed to tell us that material things are not important, now religions are the most material. You know, like the pastors are now bragging about their possessions here on earth. And so everything is just driving people to want to just have these material things which are not filling them up, and it's making people more aggressive and more desperate. Yeah.
And how is your sister?
She's cool. She's cool.
Where is she?
She's in Teshi. We live in Teshi together.
Okay.
Yeah, she's at home, I think, by now. She's cool. She was at my friend Cyril, who I went to school with. It was his birthday on the 9th. Mine was on the 8th. So last Sunday, we did like a basketball and food thing at Cyril's house.
So is that when that's actually the first time I think I saw you wearing a pair of shorts.
Yeah.
You were about to be bonded, yeah.
We're playing basketball and yeah, it's good to.
So you don't play basketball in rap?
I do, but not when I'm playing serious basketball. I can play in the rap, or I can play in the rap if people don't mind seeing certain things from time to time.
So, when you're in a rap, there's nothing underneath?
There is something.
I don't want to see it. Just
no, there is a lot of pubic hair. Yeah.
All right, so.
No, you're not a shy person at all.
I told you.
So, you know, I saw tweets you did recently when John DeMello posted a video of him drinking cocoa from the rubber.
Yeah.
And
before a campaign or something.
Before something, campaign or something like that. He made certain profound statements about that. What was going? Do you have any personal thing against him?
No, I was in class with his older sister. We're cool, and I like John, but I want him to be a good person, you know,
a good politician,
to be the best he can be. It seems to me like he's just going through the motions of what a current politician should be doing. I think he needs to bring more to the table.
Like what?
Like not spit rubber on the floor when he's about to eat something. Like because the whole world is moving. Germany is banning plastic in 2021. The whole world is moving away from plastic. And anytime he's posting something to look like he's an average Ghanaian, just eating his cocoa with his bullfruit and stuff, he has like 3 rubber bags around him. You know, you can have, at that level, you can have your assistant have a flask, a bowl. You can be eating everything without touching.
A calabash or something.
Not even a calabash. I mean, an American cup, but just something that will not create more plastic unnecessary. Because after you eat, after 5 minutes, all those 3-4 bags of rubber You don't know where they are heading to. And recently, a documentary came out on the BBC, and I think all over the world, that oil companies have been lying to us all this time about recycling. That recycling is never going to save the world. It's like there's too much being produced, and so little is being recycled. And oil companies have known this for a long time.
You should be a politician.
No, I can't be a politician.
Why not? Because I think that you have a certain mindset that we probably need to begin to look at. Because what you're saying is really making a lot of sense. You understand? In our efforts to be patriotic, to be African, to be Ghanaian, we end up creating other problems. You should really be at the forefront championing this.
Yeah. In this kind of political systems, which are intertwined with world powers, there's no way to, it's very hard. You can actually lose your life.
So if a political party call on you for an endorsement or maybe for an appointment or something, would you do it?
No, never.
Why not?
I'm not interested in that kind of change. I don't think we can change from the inside because the system is designed to benefit the corporations. It's designed to look out for the big companies, not the people, you know. Like, I really love Saneto because she's like on the ground and she's doing things like...
Do you know her personally?
Not personally. I went to school with her sister, but I've seen her like out there. She too, like me, when they were sharing food for the Kaya girls and stuff during the lockdown, they were doing it also with plastic. So it makes me like, you know, because my sister was able to go to the street academy in Accra, the art center, and give food to the kids that was just wrapped in leaves. There was no plastic around the leaf. It was cooler, those boxes with leaf wrapped food. And then you either use a metal spoon or you wash your hands to eat, you know? And there was no plastic involved. It's doable. It's an extra logistics, but it's a step we need to take to save the world, you know? So.
And then the music industry. Do you think that we are doing well? You've had your own reservations about the music industry. How would you describe our music industry now?
Oh, I mean, yeah. If we're talking about the music industry, we shouldn't include Ghana Music Awards because to me, like...
Let's leave the awards out and look at the
it's not part
industry itself.
The industry is picking up because more and more artists are going out independent. They're creating their own labels. They are putting their stuff online professionally. You can download on iTunes. You can stream on Spotify. You know, so the internet has really helped the industry in that regard. Also, you're seeing more artists, more bands, live bands, and so on. So it's growing. However, on like the responsibility of the government, I don't think a lot is being done so far as royalties are concerned. By now, all media houses should be reporting their playlists because the media houses I heard are paying either fines or some kind of fee to be using the music, but these things are not like categorized. They are not tallied in the right way to represent true plays by certain individual artists, you know? So people are just being given money, just, oh, Amachi, did they take 1,000? Oh, Prior, take 500. Just, hey.
Have you received any form of royalty?
They've asked me to come, that my money is there, but I've never been there.
Why not? You don't want it?
It's like an award I over-deserve or don't deserve, you know? It's like...
But this is your money.
I don't know that it is. I don't know if they like me, so they are just giving me somebody's money among, or they are not giving me all the money that they should be giving me. Because there's no system for me to know whether they are cheating me or not.
But have you spoken to or like contacted maybe Gamro? Have you spoken to maybe Musica? What do you think?
I haven't, Mom. I mean, we tried to work with Musica. I remember when we were shooting our second film. And
Cause of Money 2?
Yeah, Cause of Money 2. We went in to meet Obo. He was 2 hours late to the meeting. We were waiting and looking at all the things rusting in the Musica building. And finally...
Did they give you any inspiration though?
Yeah, we added something, I think, somewhere in the film because of that. And because we're sitting down looking at all like the past presidents of the Musica, and then something came up, I don't remember. But then we finally get into his office. He sits down, he's wearing these Terminator shades. So I was asking him, why, you get a polo or something? And he was just like, no, he didn't even laugh. I was like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, what's the mission? I said, we've sent a proposal. Have you seen it? He's like, yeah, we wanted 10,000 CDs to help support our film. And then we'll like give credits to Musica, VIP tickets, DVD copies, all these things. So it looks like they've supported because of Money One was in museums touring the world as an African art piece.
It was great.
Thank you. And so we wanted Musica to kind of benefit from this.
Yeah.
And they just had to give us 10,000. The film was costing about 100,000. And the thing is, we had the money for it already. So we just wanted them to just attach so that okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's make this effort. Are you guys members? No. Okay, I'm going to send you forms. You sign up, this. Then finally he said that, and then we can get loans. He can loan us the money at 30%, something interest rate. Like, hey, you just left the office.
Wow.
And that was
why
it.
aren't you members of Musica?
I don't know. Why do you think I'm not?
Are you?
I'm not, but why should I be?
Why not?
Why should I be?
Are you not a Ghanaian musician?
Yes.
And you went there for help.
Yes.
So.
But 30% interest rate is not help. That's entrapment. That's like.
So does that go for even members? Or?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to sign up to be members, and then we're going to get a loan.
So is that why you did not sign up?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we thought they're just going to sponsor us. They had just received $2 million that they didn't know what they were doing with that money.
They did research with that money.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Well, I'm quoting the Musica president at the time.
Yeah, research. I remember 800,000 or so was used on research. Yeah.
So, are you married?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, full stop, or yes, comma, because it looks like the yes is
it was yes, let me tune in.
Yeah, you're married.
I think it's yes, and then it's a semicolon, a colon, a hyphen.
So continue, it means there's a continuation.
No, there's a lot of things going on.
Why?
I mean, I got married in 2006 with the person I married for...
What's her name?
Dara Yasmin Baskin.
Okay.
Where's
she from?
Romanian?
She's from Arkansas.
Okay.
And Louisiana, Arkansas.
Yeah.
And Little Rock, Arkansas. And but she lived in LA. I met her in Texas. And we got married really for green card. Like we both are not into like the marriage system thing.
Contract marriage.
Because we had a child together.
Okay.
We married so that I applied for green card. I was living in America at the time. But then when we went to sit in front of the immigration lawyer and he said I have to stay in America for 2 more years after all I'd been through there for 7 years, I said, nah, I can't. I really can't stay 2 more years here. And so I left in 2007, married. And we've been trying to divorce ever since.
Why?
About 5 times. Huh?
Why?
Because anytime she has to do something with Social Security, or even like for now, she's traveling to Tanzania, they have to send me documents to go to the notary at the High Court, sign, stamp, DHL. This is like, she always needs my permission to do things. And with the things I'm doing, I don't need her permission. So it's not fair for her.
Yeah.
So apart from her, is there another woman in your life?
Frema, your favorite cousin?
Yeah. The problem with your question is you're asking in a singular. So please ask.
So apart from her, are there other women in your life? Not your family women?
No. I know what you mean.
You understand, yeah.
Socolicious.
You understand?
Yeah. There are. And there's also non-socolicious women as well.
Those ones I'm not interested.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I know your mom is there, your sister is there.
No, I'm just saying, like, I also have...
But other friends?
Yeah. Yeah.
So apart from the child you had with that lady,
Obi.
Oh,
his name is Obi.
How old is he now?
He's 14.
14. Okay.
Is he here with you?
No, he'll be here in January. They're moving. They're running away from Trump. Like
are you moving them from Trump?
No, they have decided. They just bought land in Kojo Krom behind Ebri.
Okay.
And they're like,
so
done.
you're still on the Ebri agenda, I see.
Yeah. This Ebri thing is for real.
Wow.
I mean,
so
me and Deborah have a house there as well.
Do you have other children, or you have just one
yes,
child?
I have 9 children.
With who?
With who? With a Kia Donko.
You'll be sued.
I'll be sued. No, she said she wants to give 1 year maternal leave. I think that's really cool.
Yeah. So nine no,
kids.
are you serious?
Yeah, so 2 are not biologically mine.
Okay.
So 7 from my spermatose ones.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
With how many women?
5.
Where are they?
Accra, Los Angeles, Yokohama. I'll say Copenhagen, but they've moved south, and I don't remember in Svendborg or somewhere, but it's in Denmark. And London.
So you're an international father?
Outernational.
Whatever. So what are the names of your kids?
Oh, man. Obi, Mali, Ama, TV.
What? Yeah, TV, television?
Yeah, but I spelled different.
Spell it. Spell the TV for me.
T-I-V-I.
Okay, TV.
But it's TV, television, but we spelled it different. Then there's Kojolescu.
There's what?
Where,
Kojolescu.
Kojolescu.
That's a good name, eh? But let's think about that. Let's think about it. If his name was Kojolescu, after saying his name, I have to say let's go again.
Yeah, Kojo, let's go, let's go.
So he will not be sure, but that will confuse him.
Of course. What is Kojo, let's go?
Dad, did you say it 2 times at the end? Or did you say it once?
Yeah.
No, I said it once.
So what is the name?
Kojolescu.
Kojolescu.
So Kojo, he's Monday born, and Lescu is like, for me, it's a Romanian thing like junior, small, like junior. Little.
Are you a Monday born?
Yeah.
Okay. And then who?
I just realized like you can also call Kojo Jojo. No, I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, you can.
I like that name and I've never used it.
It's really cool, you know?
Yeah.
Jojo is my little brother's name.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use it. If I change my artist name like the way Bandana became Shatta, I think Kobolo will become Jojo.
But are you thinking of changing?
Who knows what will happen?
Well, we like Kobolo.
Jojo the Kobolo.
one love the Kobolo. So,
yeah.
so and that's also Kojolescu is the last one.
No, Kojolescu is 6. Then there's Radio, who is TV's brother.
City FM. Or?
I don't know. AM Radio.
Not even FM.
What?
Not FM.
No, AM. So Radio, and then the 2 kids, which are Deborah and Samad, which are like the 2 making the 9.
Okay, but where are they from? Where did you get them from?
Samad is Obi, my married wife's son.
Okay.
So it's like I was doing the out of wedlock thing too much, so she also went to do one. You know?
Of course, to square it.
Cool. And then Deborah is Ama. I didn't mention Ebony. Sorry, Ebony. I didn't mention. So Ebony and Ama. Their older sister is Deborah. So their mom already had Deborah before we had Ebony and Ama.
So technically you are married to Obi's mom?
Yes.
Okay, and none other?
No.
Okay, but are you going to, if you're able to divorce, you're going to marry again?
No.
Why not?
I do not believe in marriage.
But you believe in procreation? A lot of it?
No, not that either. I mean, half of my kids were planned, half were not planned. And I'm not like really planning to make more children, but I do have a few requests I may have to fulfill. Like some people have signed a certain register.
Like they actually want kids from you?
Yeah, at a certain point they'll come for
kids.
For sperms.
And you gladly?
Yes, these people that I've considered, I will gladly, because they are amazing human beings.
So that will be 14?
What do you mean 14?
You have 9 now, so...
Oh, I don't know how many I will really will finally come. Maybe they'll find someone else, and there are some are still thinking about it.
Now, before we go, you brought these amazing instruments.
Yeah.
So we have to make music.
Okay.
So you have to do one nice music for us before we go. Yep.
No problem.
I know you're creative. You can create music with everything.
Yeah, I'm a bit like, because I'm traveling soon, I'm a bit like, so I have to do something that I already know, which I will.
Cool.
Yeah. So I should just pick up the balls and go?
Pick up the balls.
Okay.
Hello, welcome to the Citi Newsroom. My name is Vivian Lokko.
And mine is Umaru, Sanda, Amadu.
We'll take you live to the Jubilee House where the president is currently addressing the nation.
Fellow Ghanaians, good evening. This is the 17th time that you're kindly opening the doors to your homes, to me, to enable me brief you about the issue of COVID-19, the steps being taken by government to eliminate it, and the measures being implemented to ease progressively and safely the restrictions put in place to defeat the virus. And have made significant progress in combating the disease. The angst, fear, and panic exhibited by many, especially when the first two cases were recorded on our shores, have been replaced in recent weeks by a growing sense of optimism and renewed hope that we are on our way to winning the battle against the pandemic. The improvement in the situation is all thanks to the effectiveness of the measures put in place by government, the cooperation and support of you, the Ghanaian people, and most certainly by the grace of Almighty God. Nevertheless, mask wearing and enhanced hygiene protocols. They are and will remain our weapons in the struggle against the virus. In the same manner, we have to remember to continue improving our fitness by exercising and eating well, patronizing our healthy Ghanaian foods, which will boost our immunity to disease and help us in the fight against the pandemic. When I delivered update number 16, exactly 3 weeks ago, the number of recorded active cases, that is persons with the virus, stood at 1,847. This number, as of Friday, 18 September, has reduced considerably to 507. Eastern, Ashanti, and Central regions account for some 80% of the active cases. As of Friday, 18 September 2020, the total number of tests conducted is 470,730. So far, a total of 45,258 persons have recovered, and 297 persons, a great majority of them with underlying illnesses such as hypertension, diabetes, chronic liver disease, and asthma, have sadly died. In the face of these encouraging statistics, I know there are many who are wondering why I have not announced a complete return to normalcy in all aspects of national life, because they believe the figures suggest we've turned the tide in the fight against the virus. Yes, our death rate continues to be low, and our hospitals have mercifully not been overwhelmed, as there are presently only 20 severe and critical cases. Indeed, there are a lot of empty beds in our treatment centers. In the isolation centers are virtually no patients under care. But truth be told, we cannot afford at this critical moment to throw caution to the wind and destroy the incredible amount of work undertaken by government, health officials, heroic frontline health workers, and members of the security agencies in bringing us this far. Now more than ever, we must be even more disciplined in our adherence to the personal hygiene, mask wearing, and social distancing measures that have become part of our daily routines. That is the way to eliminate the virus altogether. The experience in other parts of the world show us that the virus can return with a vengeance once you let your guard down. Fellow Ghanaians, in my last address, I announced the reopening of our international airport, Kotoka International Airport, signaling our gradual reintegration with the rest of the world. 16 out of the 23 airlines that operated in Kotoka prior to its closure have again commenced flights to and from Accra. As of yesterday, Saturday, 19 September, a total of 10,061 passengers had been tested at Kotoka. In spite of the requirement that all passengers must be in possession of a negative PCR test result upon their arrival in Ghana, a test which should have been conducted not more than 72 hours before the scheduled departure from the country of origin. A total of 26 positive cases have been recorded from the tests at Kotoka. Let us pause for a moment and imagine what would have happened if these 26 positives had not been detected and had been allowed to mingle with the population. Even though the cost of 150 United States dollars per passenger for the mandatory airport COVID test has been criticized in certain quarters, the value of the test in its speed, accuracy, and savings for passengers who no longer have to bear the cost of the 14-day mandatory quarantine in hotels has been clearly established. It is worth noting that a lot of people who have experienced it firsthand, the service being offered at our international airport, have praised the country for the innovation and farsightedness on display at our airport. Let me assure you again that as President of the Republic, I will do everything in my power to protect you and stop the importation of the virus into our country or limit and contain its spread. This is my solemn commitment to you. Fellow Ghanaians, on Friday, 18 September, 561,674 JHS3 students completed the Basic Education Certificate Examination, BECE. SHS3 students also, on 5th September, wrote the last paper of the West Africa Senior Secondary Certificate Examination, WACSE. I am particularly excited at this development because despite the fears and genuine anxiety expressed by some and the criticisms proffered by some in the political space, these students have gone to school, studied, sat, and completed their examinations unscathed. Their forward march in life has not been interrupted. And by the grace of God, the predictions made by some of widespread infections and even deaths did not materialize. I pledged I'll be the last person to put the lives of students at risk, and I express my deep appreciation to all parents and guardians for the trust reposed in me and my government. I pray for the success of the students in their exams. As has already been announced, relevant arrangements and logistical deployments are being made for the return to school of second-year, junior, and senior high school students. Continuing students in the University of Cape Coast, the University of Health and Allied Sciences, technical universities, and some other colleges have returned to school, and I've been reliably informed that adherence to protocols is high. Long may it continue. On Monday, 14 September, I extended by executive instrument the mandatory wearing of face masks by another 3 months. So until 14 December 2020, the wearing of masks remains mandatory, and the law enforcement agencies will be required to ensure this directive is respected by all. It has served us well in the fight against COVID-19. So I urge each and every one of us to wear our masks and do so correctly anytime we leave our homes. It is the new normal requirement of our daily existence until the virus disappears. Towards the progressive easing of restrictions, government has taken the decision to allow the resumption of training in all contact sports, taking into consideration the imminent participation of our national teams in international competitions. Indeed, some national teams have already been given the dispensation to begin training ahead of their international engagements. All sports people who are camped are to be tested regularly. Fellow Ghanaians, with respect to football, after due consultations with the Ghana Football Association, it has been decided that the Ghana Premier League and the Division I Football League will restart on Friday, 30th October, with a full regime of testing of the players, technical and management staff. No spectators will be allowed at the training centers. And when actual competition resumes, seating at all stadia will be limited to 25% capacity to ensure social distancing. Wearing of masks by spectators at stadia will be mandatory. The restart of all other sporting competitions will be determined on a case-by-case basis, pending consultations between the Ministry of Youth and Sports and the respective sport associations. Private burials, still with a maximum of 100 persons, can continue to be performed. Our borders by land and sea will remain closed to human traffic until further notice. Beaches, pubs, cinemas, and nightclubs remain closed until further notice. All other institutions that have been cleared to function are to continue to do so in strict adherence to the COVID-19 protocols. Enuanom, Onyankopɔn adaroma, nneɛma ɛyɛ ba ɛwɔ yare no ho. Nanso, ɛda so wɔ hɔ, ɛnkɔɛ. Enti, yɛnkɔ so ndidi nhyehyɛeɛ a aban ɛde ato hɔ no so. Titiri, ufifi a, hyɛ mask, kɔsi bere a wobɛba fie. Ɛno na ɛbɛboa ama yɛntumi apam yare ɛfiri yɛn man mu. Anyamime, nyumodromo, ni bi ya no jogba ya hela befa. Shimon, what sheko hela akra? No ewo. Waya no, ni waye hela agbejiani. To, ni af amlamo kefoshi. Beni afe ni waye hela ni nkunim. Titriye, ke washishia, wawo maske. Kashi beni wabab kuwose. Energy noni ba wawo ni washwe hela akra kejamaneni. Fellow Ghanaians, as we work to rid the virus from our shores, let us continue to remember at all times that this virus is no respecter of persons and has wreaked its havoc on every country on the planet. There are countries that are imposing lockdowns all over again. Others are imposing curfews, all in a bid to curb the onset of fresh infections and a second wave. Let us continue to look out for one another and remain each other's keeper. United and with one goal in mind, we will emerge victorious in the fight against COVID-19. 0 active cases must be the ultimate aim. My rallying cry to you all remains, this too shall pass, for the battle is the Lord's. May God bless us all in our homeland, Ghana, and make her great and strong. I thank you for your attention, and have a good night.
So the president just completing his speech to the nation, the 17th so far. Sanda, quite 3 key things he's spoken about. The first to do with the face masks, extended mandatory wearing of face masks, extended to December 14th.
So it means on election they'll be wearing masks?
Yes.
Would the photos on the ballot be wearing masks, or is this out of curiosity?
Oh, of course, there will be the masks.
Okay, that's fine. Don't mind me.
So it'll just be like what we did for the registration. You go with the masks, everything.
But
and then you take it from there.
The masks, people don't wear them.
Yes, I'm sure that's the reason why he emphasized on the mask. He even wore it and took it off.
Yeah.
Just to say that we still have to wear it. Friday, I went out. Nobody was wearing the mask.
You went to chill Friday night?
Whatever you want to call it.
I see, cool.
Okay, and then the other things to do with sports. The Premier League resuming on Friday and Division 1 also resuming on Friday. But if you love sports, you can't go and watch, as yet. Only 25% are expected to be in the various stadia to watch the match. And if there's training, you cannot go there. Per what the president is saying.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. So these are the key things that he has talked about, and I think another important thing is that he says that the world, some countries are actually imposing lockdown, which is true, and so we are lucky. And I like that he says that we are targeting 0 cases or 0 active cases, and I believe that from where we were and where we have gotten to, we seem to be like on top of our games, and we're getting there slowly. He talks about the students returning from WASI and from DEC, and they having done so successfully. I think it's a great one. Yeah. One thing, though, that I wanted to hear the president talk about is political rallies. Because, Vivian, even though there's a ban on all these political rallies and all,
the rallies are happening.
Yeah, when John Mahama or Professor Nana Jenopoko or Nana Dudan Kwakufado or Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia go to these places and they are in their open tops, when they go in their open tops, the people who move around them, who are screaming and following them and shouting, they are a crowd and they are not even wearing masks. And I think that we should just stop. I mean, either we lift the ban on the rallies, or we should stop being hypocritical about it, because I think there is crowd. Okay,
a quick correction on the Premier League. It's 25th of October. The resumption of the Premier League, 25th of October. So I'm sure the sports guys, you'll be excited. Accra Hearts of Folk, you should know this.
What's our motto? I wanted to sing, but the song is not coming in my head.
Please don't try. It's Sunday. We want to go home in peace.
Thank you.
But we have to move on.
Yes.
And some very sad news coming in with regards to sports. And 6 young footballers with the Africa Vision Academy in the Ashanti region have died after a vehicle they were traveling in fell in the Ofin River in the Ofinsu municipality.
A number of them who sustained varied degrees of injuries have been treated and discharged by officials at the St. Patrick and the Namon SDA hospitals at Ofinsu. Citi Newsroom's Ashanti regional correspondent Hafiz Tijani has more.
A total of 38 passengers, including the driver and his mates, were on board this Kia Pregio minivan while returning from Afrancho to Ofinsu. The vehicle was conveying young footballers who had gone to register in the coast football organized by the Ghana Football Association. According to police, the driver, upon reaching a section of the road, lost control, hit the embankment of a bridge, and fell into the Ofin River. One of the victims gives an account of what happened.
And the driver was going speed,
and he moved from her lane, going to another road. When he returned from his road to on her road, and her front tire was destroyed, and the car over the bridge going to the riverside, and the car was destroyed.
6 of the young footballers died on the spot, while some were rushed to the Konfanochi Teaching Hospital, the St. Patrick and Namon hospitals at Offenso. Medical officer at the Namon SDA hospital spoke about the interventions so far.
About 10 of them yesterday. Lucky for us, they're all stable right now. We have discharged 4 of them, remaining 6. The remaining 6, they have little lacerations. We did that yesterday, we discharged them, and then we are going to assess them this morning. If they are stable, most of them to discharge this morning. So lucky for us, we don't have any of them any fracture, any deep lacerations. They're all stable and doing well.
Relatives and parents of the victims trooped to the hospitals to verify the situation.
And some people are still on emergency, but now my brother is fine. Yes, it was yesterday. He informed me that the coach has called them. They should come. So I just see him off around 30 minutes time, and I heard the call that there was accidents.
Representatives from the Ghana Football Association, led by an executive council member, visited the victims at all the hospitals. Frederick Echampong tells Citi News the association has suspended its ongoing course football registration exercise in the Ashanti region as a result of the incident.
Going to undergo vetting, and we could see that these are guys who have dedicated their life to football. Some of them had just finished writing BEC on Friday, and Saturday they decided to go do the vetting to get their cars registered. The first family visited, in terms of the death one, they are twins, and the junior died. The senior is in Accra, also, undergoing some justified inclusion with another football club. So it tells you that these are guys who want to play football. And I believe that there will be something that the Ghana Football Association will do, but I cannot confirm now. We have to discuss that at the Executive Council level, led by the President. The program is suspended now because they were undergoing the screening on district basis. There are a lot of districts under the Ashanti Regional Football Association, so they had, and then, that was a good decision to decentralize it. So some had gone to Obuasi, some had come to Afancho and other places trying to do the vetting. But because of what happened yesterday, we've spoken to the Regional Football Association executive led by the chairman, Mr. Seti Tuadjima, and they've subsequently suspended the exercise.
Belongings of the victims, like slippers and parts of the vehicle, are still found at the scene of the accident. From Offenso in the Ashanti region, Hafiz Tijani for Citi News.
To some other stories, and a downpour that hit parts of the Upper West region has cut off some communities in the area. One of such communities is a Nyimbali village in the Nadoli Kaleo district, where residents are unable to access the rest of the district due to the collapse of a major bridge leading to the community. Citi News' Latif Mahama visited the community and filed this report.
Nyimbali is a farming community with an estimated population of close to 1,000. The area is noted for its arable land, with the majority of the residents engaged in peasant farming. The community is connected to the national grid and has a chips compound that takes care of the health needs of the residents. This school serves the over 200 pupils in the village, with this facility as staff accommodation. However, roads leading to the community are in deplorable state, making it difficult for residents to access the rest of the Nadoli Kaleo district. A downpour that hit the area in the last couple of days has worsened the situation, as the major road leading to the Nyimbali community has been washed off. residents can no longer access market centers or the entire district. Farmers are now compelled to now travel to Charlie in the Wa West district, then to Chere in the Wa municipality before they can access the Nadoli Kaleu district through Kaleu. Some residents who spoke to Citi News complained that the situation is impacting negatively on their lives.
This road is an important road because it is the only way that we always pass to our market. Anytime this water comes this way, our women cannot no longer go to the Sankana market. And it is becoming a challenge because that is the source through which we get salts and other things for our families. Not only that, the road is also linking to many communities, Samatigu, Sankana, Kaleu, Takpo, even leading to the district capital, Nadoli. That is the only road we are passing. If there is a helper somewhere, if there is someone who has the sympathy of peoples in such situation somewhere, we are praying that then he should tune his heart to this community.
Asubringa internet ko anyambala community. So kwanga veyan tibatwana adirect bob. Yarun da bare ba man poko yarun da bare mondo ga sankana cha kanga da yarun do kwa imicha. Kasak kwanga da fan phone. Bara mbele ta phone bana ana use. Ayla la doga tu peten jama. Nka bi pola. Pampana temti mi wora aduna nyara te bob adire pa cha bala tuana na kwa na agabe. Adi poba. So ayla da ko ba pura yirin. Ka zieng yan ziengang kurba katene pobo na gabe emanyati wo wure muna nata ka pobo yoro muna timi wuoti yuenga naba ayla tu dire twara ni dana ton son te bore sombo tore jama akwa to sanet yel jama pa ta babban la datina ka yel ba akote.
The assemblyman for the area, Joseph Baga, regrets that several appeals to the MP for the area, Honorable Alban Bagwin, who happens to be Ghana's second deputy speaker and longest-serving member of parliament and the district assembly to help fix the collapsed bridge, have not been fruitful.
It is uncalled for, especially when there are market days or when people try to access this place for funerals, and you get here to see men and women, they will have to undress themselves, and they are exposed in a negative manner. It doesn't give decency to society. And it's an issue that is bothering many pedestrians or cross buyers. This water has a lot of challenge for the community. Let me start with the health aspect. The community is in two sections. There's one, Nyambapara, which is up there behind me here, and there's Nyambakuri, where we came from. So the water have divided us. We cannot even come together as one community. And people have to cross here to the health facility. It's a challenge crossing to access the health facility. Teachers don't stay here, they stay at Kaleu, Sankana, and Wa. How to come to school is a problem. And these professionals have mentioned the teachers and the nurses. It's difficult having them sustain in this community. As soon as they come, they will want to seek for transfer because of this canker we have here that has brought us now. We are lack to connect ourselves to other communities in terms of relations.
A representative of the chief of Nyambale, Umaru Baga, says they will be compelled to boycott the December general election if immediate steps are not taken to fix the collapsed bridge.
Sobirinayan, yalla unantaren tuara kotayan, ubapuara. Unsu pampana, sankanda, karpobe dide. Lewana pampana me, te yalza nedula. Nwapala, te chali dobina chenga, pampana kwon puti Nigeria yi. So ten zenga, te ina bunyen, cha kwon chati Nigeria yi. So pampana, ka sana wanga, te poba bale tuwana gara, sankana da, beminti mindile da. So ina doke akote yaka. So chat baban letten na ka ajenga ka umala akote.
Citi News checks indicate that health staff and teachers at the Nyambali community have all abandoned their posts due to the bad road situation. Government declared this year as a year of roads, but residents here at Nyambali are not able to connect to the district capital, Naduli, and some other communities because of the breakage of this bridge. They are therefore calling on government and all other stakeholders to come to their aid to help construct this bridge. Reporting for Citi News, my name is Latif Mahama, Nyambale.
Still on the road sector, and motorists on the Yendi-Zabzugu road in the northern region are appealing to the authorities to come to their aid and fix the deplorable road for them. Following the spillage of the Bagri Dam, water has cut off portions of the road, making it difficult for people to cross to either sides. Citi News' Mohammed Aminu Alabira visited the area and comes through with this report.
Following the spillage of the Bagri Dam, several roads here have been rendered unmotorable. Cars and other road users find it difficult to use the roads. One has to cross 3 different portions of the Yendi-Zabzugu road with canoes. When Citi News visited the site, several cars had been stranded, hoping for the water to recede before crossing. Some of the drivers spoke to Citi News.
It took us almost 30 minutes to decide whether we should cross with our pickup or not, because we have some items to be taken from Napari area. We didn't know what to do, so we were encouraged by the people around that we could manage. We got to a point and we nearly gave up, and it's terrible.
Some road users have also been sharing their experience on the road with Citi News.
It's not only this one. This one you have to walk on or sit on the canoe, but then the one over there, you have to find your other means. We had to walk. See my dress, very wet. We had to walk, but this one you can't walk on. You have to climb the canoe, so it's not easy. So government should please help the community people. They are suffering a lot.
The director of basic needs, Mr. Hanan Tizar Legend, tells Citi News how scared he was whilst crossing.
It's terrible. I mean, as we're in the car, we're just praying that nothing serious will happen, that one car will be struck or the other, anything happening. And we pray that a solution is found. For me, I would advise that our policymakers should think a way of we making good use of the water spillage anytime it happens. At least it could be used for the production of electricity or something else.
Hundreds of rice farms cultivated have been submerged. Yam, maize, and soybeans farms have all been destroyed by the floods. Over 300 communities and households have also been affected by the Bagri Dam spillage and the torrential rains. Residents of Sabali No. 2, whose community have been submerged, tell Citi News they fear there could be outbreak of diseases. They are therefore calling on government to come to their aid.
We don't have toilets, so they have been just shitting around the bush, and it has entering the water, and it's coming. So we are drinking. We don't even know what will happen to us because we don't have any borehole around us here. So we are just drinking that water, and we don't know. And even where to keep our things, our children, we are now afraid because the water can take them. And now we are here, we don't know what will happen to us.
The district chief executive for Zabzugu, Honorable Adoka, tells Citi News the issue of the Oti River at Sabali flooding the roads happens every 10 years. He says the road has been advertised and soon work will start on its construction.
The road has submerged. We call it Nansarpani. In 1990 it occurred. 2000 it occurred. 2020 it has occurred again. That should have told every stakeholder that this thing happened every 10 years. In view of this year, I met my NADMO director, district NADMO director, to conscientize the people who are closer to the Oti River. So most farmers have told them that they should not venture to farm closer to the river. They should go further upland. Said that if it is going to occur, it will not affect farmlands, let alone inhabitants closer to the Oti River. Very soon, it will be awarded to various contractors who have offered their bid and then qualify accordingly. Remember that the road is under the World Bank sponsorship, Mr. Alebra. So I believe in literature terms, we normally say that every misfortune is a blessing in disguise. The fact that this thing has occurred again will have actually alerted everybody to look at the volume of water in the Savary River and then its spillage onto the road, and then other farmlands submerged, so that when the road is going to be constructed, all these things will be factored and we shall not experience it again.
Mohammed Aminu M. Alabira, reporting for Citi News.
It's still a Citi Newsroom. When we return, government develops 800 hectares of rice fields in the Fumbisi and Bidimblisi valleys in the Bolsa South district of the Upper East region as it seeks to reduce the country's dependence on rice importation.
We have more, don't go away.
Rigworld Solutions, forging the frameworks of Ghanaian industry. Engineering solutions from the heart of Takrade, Kejebil. At Rigworld Solutions, we manufacture industrial bolts and nuts, fasteners, hoses and fittings for the extractive and petrochemical industries. World-class products with local expertise. Locate our factory in Kejebil of the Takrade Takwa Road. Call 0302 949917 or 0540 107504. Email enquiries at rigworldsolutions.com. Rigworld Solutions, crafted in Ghana, engineered for the world.
The night away with some real funky shows this September on GoTV. And get hip and fabulous with some Niger food to whet your African appetite.
Why do we eat?
It's all mind over matter when you upgrade to GoTV Plus or GoTV Max. It takes a brilliant mind to take down an insane street-smart criminal. Stay connected or upgrade to GoTV Plus or GoTV Max for access to real groovy shows. We're putting the funk in entertainment. GoTV. Live it. Love it.
Welcome back to the Citi Newsroom. Now, residents who live along the Ablekuma curve to the Mahia Road in the West Municipal Assembly say they are unhappy with the slow pace of work on that stretch.
A 7-kilometer stretch has seen several demonstrations and media reportage over its deplorable state over the past years.
However, some work has commenced, but residents say recent rains have further worsened their plight on the road, hence their call for the timely completion of that stretch. We have more in this report.
It's been a few hours of showers, and the already deplorable Ablekuma Curve to Mahia stretch has become a tough journey for motorists. Deep undulating gullies on parts of the stretch have been filled with water. Smaller potholes are so widespread, cars, tricycles, popularly called pragea, and motorbikes are seen visibly shaking while plying the road. The situation has had a negative toll on commuters.
This road has always been bad. It is one of the worst roads of Ghana, and I think this is one of the roads that the government will have to turn their attention onto. It is not a small road that you can really ask the people who live around to really contribute and then fix. But this one needs the taxpayers' money to really fix it.
Oh, it's very bad. Actually, when it rains, it's very bad. And when it doesn't rain, the dusty, like it's dusty. But when it rains, it's very bad, and we can't, like, we going and coming back is not an easy journey for us.
What I have realized is they don't think about us. When we vote for them, they forget of us. That is what I can say. When we vote for them, then they forget of us. Look, we thought our current president will do something about this road when it comes to town. But what we have seen, after we vote for them, then they forget of this. And we don't know why.
It's rain now. How is the state of the road?
In fact, it got, the rain started just, let's say, 2 hours ago. Even you can see the state of the road now. You could see, even when you get down, you see very, very bad.
A detour has been created for drivers upon reaching Oduman. This is to facilitate the construction of a bridge. In the past, this side of the stretch has been literally submerged during rainy seasons. At the time Citi News visited, no work was ongoing on the bridge. Away from the bridge, heaps of sand are seen on portions of the road in Manhia. Here, portions of it look paved, but the residents are unimpressed. They are pressing for a speedy completion to ease the body pains and the financial distress as a result of plying the road.
Earlier on, there was no drain, so you could see that now there is drain. And so that was when some of us thought that they were fixing it. But after they did the drain, the main road, whether it's going to be Costa or whatever, that has not been done. So, well, and politicians, they will tell you that it's work in progress. But we have drains now, so I am pretty sure that perhaps the other will follow.
It's been horrible. I think you can see for yourself. There's potholes here and there. And I think around my Yada area, I've seen some people doing the bridge. I don't know whether it's the government or the local assembly that is doing that. But the road is very bad, very, very bad.
I heard the road was under construction.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Around my area, you see people working there. They are constructing the bridge and making way for water to pass and other things there.
They have appealed to authorities to help fix their roads in good time or risk being punished in the December polls.
Now, as part of efforts to reduce rice importation, the government, through the Savannah Agriculture Productivity Initiative Program, is developing 800 hectares of rice fields in the Bulsa South District of the Upper East region. Now, the project, funded by the African Development Bank, will support rice farmers with subsidized farm inputs and link them to ready markets to reduce post-harvest losses.
Ghana in 2019 imported 900,000 metric tons of rice, worth $331 million. The country's rice importation has been growing at an average of 11.74% annually. The situation is not only having an adverse effect on Ghana's foreign exchange earnings, it also threatens the country's food security. In an attempt to reduce Ghana's rice importation, the Ministry of Food and Agriculture, through the Savannah Agricultural Productivity Improvement Project, SAPIP, is scaling up the development of more rice fields at the Gbedelembisi and Fumbisi valleys in the Bulsa South District of the Upper East region. The Fumbisi Rice Valley, which has the capacity to cultivate 5,000 hectares of rice, only did 1,500 hectares of rice in 2019. As COVID-19 poses a threat to rice importation, SAPIP is developing 500 and 300 hectares of rice fields at Gbedelembisi and Tuandema valleys, respectively, to boost food security and contribute to reducing rice importation. 7.1 kilometers Zamsa Chopsa Chansa Road has also been awarded for construction to enable farmers cut their produce easily from the farms to the market centers. Speaking to Citi News at the handing over of the rice field for development, Deputy Agric Minister in charge of annual crops, Dr. Sagri Bambanji, reiterated government's commitment to reducing rice importation.
You all know the problems that we have with that problem of food security. We import a lot of poultry, then animal products, then we also import a lot of rice. As for wheat and sugar, for instance, wheat, we don't have the climate to produce wheat, so that one will leave it. But those that we can produce here, we have to do our best to make sure that we reduce the imports to the barest minimum.
He also hinted that government was on course to get rice farmers critical farm implements to address issues of post-harvest losses.
That is actually a major challenge, and the project is trying to do its best. Amidst the limited resources, we are trying to procure some combine harvesters so that at the time of harvest, by November, December, we will be in a position to lease them to farmers to help them to harvest their produce. We are expecting them by November, December. Hopefully, some combine harvesters will be available for both maize and soybean as well as rice. And we're thinking of, I think we've targeted crawler combined harvesters, which can even be functional when there is water in the fields without getting stuck in the mud.
National Project Coordinator of SAPIB, Felix Darimani, explains how the project will boost rice production in the area.
Particular year where we have experienced COVID-19, we developed a COVID-19 strategy, and that is where we have supported a lot of rice producers. We do know we import a lot of rice from other countries to Ghana, but with COVID-19, many countries are thinking about themselves and not others. And so we have to develop our homegrown strategies to ensure that we produce adequately to feed ourselves. And so areas like Bedemblisi and many other valleys within the districts that we operate, we distributed the seed, we distributed fertilizers, and over 12,000 hectares of land.
Still ahead on the Citi Newsroom. Citi FM and Citi TV picked 2 awards at Eastern Regional Tourism Awards.
We'll bring you that story and others. Don't go away.
My brother, it's been a long while. Your house they build. I use the finest materials for this building. I can see that. But my brother, you know, just last year you built this house. Oh yeah. When the walls started peel off like banana due to rising damp. My brother, that's been my issue. I've tried so many things, but nothing works. You know what? They even use that black rubber on it before the concrete casting. You mean that boiler rubber? Oh, my brother, you would have saved yourself the stress if only you used Visqueen DPM from Vertigio Limited. That'd be what my puppy used for house. And over so many years, the house still they come up.
For purchases and enquiries, contact Ventigio Limited at Spinters Road, Accra, or in Kumasi at Ushumasi Kwarasu.
Visqueen DPM, no size.
Hello? Yeah, United and near break. What? Rashford and Swati. Oh, DSTV HD. Live matches. Abura dio new every league. I can see what we are seeing now. What you be La Liga, Serie A, Champions League. Unya Premier League. Baby, you need to know. Say Oberboka ewo football. Many football a dimu. Ma on senka HD decoder. Dish, any installation, Brian Debosumi Baku DSTV access, AP so when na a 229 Ghana cedis.
Now, government will not relent on its efforts aimed at revamping and supporting the hospitality industry. This according to the Ghana Tourism Authority that admits the negative impact of COVID-19 has had on the sector. Speaking at the Eastern Regional Tourism Awards in Akosombo, where Citi News won 2 awards, the Executive Director of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Kwesi Ajiman, promised the hospitality industry will bounce back. Citi News' Eastern Regional Correspondent Neo Ni Amate Kanaku has the details.
The Eastern region, which is home to many historic tourist sites like the Ebri Botanical Gardens, Boti Falls, Bunsu Eco Park, the Adomi Bridge, and Akosombo Dam, has significantly contributed its quota in making Ghana a major tourist destination. In view of this, the Eastern Regional Tourism Awards was instituted to recognize the immense contribution of players in the sector, and on Saturday, individuals and institutions were commended for their efforts. Samuel Nwete Aite, the Deputy Eastern Regional Minister, delivering a keynote address at the 2019 edition of the Eastern Regional Tourism Awards in Akosombo, noted the significant role the industry plays in the economy of the country.
Undoubtedly, the tourism industry is emerging as one of the fastest growing and most important economic sectors in our global economy. The sector contributes towards complete growth and development of our country. First of all, it brings numerous economic benefits and value. Secondly, it helps in bringing a country's image, brand, and identity.
The CEO of the Ghana Tourism Authority, Kwesi Ajiman, says government will ensure the sector bounces back following the negative effect of COVID-19 on the businesses.
There are deep-seated issues, and we've engaged them. The president himself has invited operators to the Jubilee House to discuss some of the remedial measures that can be put in place. And so we are very hopeful that the 2 billion cedi guarantee package that the Minister of Finance announced during his mid-year budget statement will soon be implemented and will come to fruition to support the players in the industry.
The Eastern Regional Manager of GTA, Frederick J. Rudolph, who described the event as successful, wants it to be organized biannually to ease financial burden on sponsors.
The sponsorship is becoming monotonous for some people. So we are advocating that to be able to have the quality that we have, that we should be doing the awards biennially, that is every 2 years, so that we can have enough time to plan. Then we also get enough funds to be able to put into it, so that we can have a spectacular event just like this one that we are witnessing.
Your fastest growing television station, Citi News, was adjudged the best tourism-oriented TV station, with Citi News Eastern Regional Correspondent Neoni Amati Kanaku winning the Tourism Correspondent of the Year for the electronic category.
Congrats to Neil.
Yeah, congrats to Neil, and he gave himself accolades already, but we could just add that. And also congrats to Citi FM and Citi TV. I mean, tourism, they be here now. Yeah, Heritage Caravan.
No challenge.
It's big, man.
Well, that's it for today's edition of the Citi Newsroom. Log on to our website for more stories.
Subscribe to CityTube on YouTube for more exclusive video contents from Citi TV.
Download the Citi Newsroom app from the Google Play Store or the App Store and keep updated on the go.
You can also watch Citi TV on DSTV channel 363 and GoTV channel 182.
My name is Vivian Lokko.
And mine is Umaru Sanda Amadu. Thank you for watching.